This is a feedback for Prajant, and the question we see here, it's a to what extent do you agree or disagree question. And I would first analyze the question. We have some people believe that unpaid, critical word there. Let me get my little laser pointer out here. Yes. This is critical, compulsory part of high schools. So we have teenagers, young people, charity, improving the neighborhood, teaching sports. I think it's some examples. These don't have to be in your response, but they are giving you some examples. And again, to what extent is important here as well. Here is the introduction. Now, what my feedback is given in a color-coded way in reference to the banned descriptors. So this first sentence, I'm against these things. If you've seen any of my other feedbacks, you know that these things crop up all the time, and I don't see the point of adding this sentence to the essay. You're making a broad statement. It is an undeniable fact. Well, I can deny it. I can certainly say that the minds of children, that they change when they get older. Values change. So not only is it incorrect, it gives you the opportunity, as we've done here, to make a mistake. Fact. Values. Now the subject here is values, plural. Therefore, in the present simple, it would be stay. And not life, but lives. Okay, some advocate for the idea of involving the younger generation as part of their educational coursework. Well, yes, a mandatory part. That's a key part to the question. I concede to this view of equipping children. Now, concede means that you're in an argument with someone or you're in a dispute, and when you give in and you admit that something is true, you concede it, which doesn't really fit in this sentence. And you need to be careful about using vocabulary that you think is uncommon or high level, but if it's not, but it really just confuses things because I don't know really what you concede. Okay, so yeah, you're right. It should be done, but you don't really think so. We don't equip things. Experience is not equipped. These should be this, and will further support my view in the essay. I should hope so. That's the point of an essay. You don't need to say it. Okay, first paragraph. All right, we have a little missing word there. Give children the chance. Okay, regular schools. Again, it's the second time you've made that mistake. Subject-verb agreement. Say schools is plural. Should be teach. And we do not use the before a plural noun when speaking in general. Imbibe. Community work imbibes. I sometimes might imbibe before doing community work. It means drink, but it can also mean absorb or take in. But yeah, again, as I noted in the notes there, children can imbibe. Young minds can imbibe skills, because work can't imbibe anything. All right, research is an uncountable noun, and research finds things, not states. And then at the end, if people are not made part of these sort of services, what, like accepting them? Made part of? It's confused. It's not clear. Are not made, if people, not people, should be children, teenagers, are not required to take part, not made part, in these parts of services early, or not early. You said early in it should be early in their lives. Then there is a higher, not a high probability, but higher probability of them being inconsiderate to the society. Becoming. And inconsiderate means rude. Is that what you meant? And really, the topic sentence here is contribute towards society and develop a sense of responsibility. Contribute towards the society. I don't see that you've shown that in this paragraph. Now this one I didn't take a lot of time on Because really, what you've done is you've taken the previous paragraph and really just duplicated it in format. Okay, it enables develop skills. You said that in the previous one, that will help them secure a high-paid position. That's the only thing that's different. In the previous sentence, in the previous paragraph, you said although school studies. Here you say though, and you say what it does, and then you say what it doesn't do, and then you give an example, and you don't even really bother with a different United States employer. Even that's very similar. So it's really, you're just copying yourself. And here's the conclusion. In conclusion, I vehemently agree. Good. You told us to what extent. With the idea of making not the unpaid work, just unpaid work. Wrong preposition. Unpaid work for the community. Compulsory in schools, high schools, not schools, as it develops a sense of onus towards the society and also develops imperative skills. This is what I was going about. This is what I meant before when I talked about using high-level vocabulary in important positions in the essay. Like here, it develops a sense of responsibility. Onus means sort of a negative thing. It's a burden. The onus is on you to prove that he is guilty. That means it's a difficult, and you don't develop a sense of onus. No one says that. The collocation is very poor. It does not fit. And imperative skills? What does that mean? I mean, imperative is not, oh, I see what you meant to say. You meant to say important. Yeah, well, even if you had said important, you need to say what the skills are. Imperative skills. It just doesn't fit in that sentence. So, all in all, you've kind of written a repetitive essay that has no sense of development, and it's very unclear what your positions are because of your lexical choices.